Hello everyone, and welcome to our World Cup 2026 Contender Series. Here, we will analyze the national teams considered strong candidates to compete for the championship at the biggest football event on the planet, taking place this summer,
which will be held across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Today, we will take a closer look at the team that many experts consider the strongest favorite to win the 2026 FIFA World Cup, Spain. In the history of world football, Spain has always been one of the nations with the clearest and most distinctive football identities. It is the birthplace of a style built on technique, possession, and complete control of the game. For decades, Spanish clubs dominated European football, yet the national team was often regarded as one of the most underachieving giants in major international tournaments. Everything changed completely when Spain's golden generation emerged, featuring players such as Iker Casillas, Xavi Hernandez, Andrés Iniesta, Sergio Busquets, David Villa, and Xabi Alonso. Spain went on to create one of the greatest periods of dominance in international football history. They won UEFA Euro 2008, the 2010 FIFA World Cup, and UEFA Euro 2012, becoming the first national team ever to claim 3 consecutive major international titles. The pinnacle of that era came at the 2010 FIFA World Cup in South Africa. Andrés Iniesta's extra-time goal against the Netherlands in the final lifted Spain to their first-ever World Championship. It was also the moment when the tiki-taka style became the benchmark of modern football. However, like every great dynasty in sports history, that dominance could not last forever. At the 2014 FIFA World Cup, Spain suffered a shocking group stage elimination. 4 years later, they were knocked out in the round of 16 by hosts Russia. At the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar, Roja once again disappointed, losing to Morocco in a penalty shootout despite being heavily favored. 3 consecutive World Cups without meeting expectations led many to believe that Spain had lost the status it once held. But in reality, that period turned out to be a necessary transition for a new generation to develop. The veterans who had delivered success in the past gradually stepped away from the spotlight. Replacing them was a wave of highly promising young talents such as Pedri, Gavi, Nico Williams, Pau Cubarsí, and, above all, Lamine Yamal. Under the guidance of Luis de la Fuente, Spain began to build a new identity. They retained their traditional possession-based foundation while becoming more direct, faster, and far more dynamic in attack. The clearest proof of this transformation was their triumph at UEFA Euro 2024, where La Roja defeated a series of top opponents to reach the summit of European football in highly convincing fashion. Goalkeepers: Unai Simon, David Raya, Joan Garcia. Defenders: Pau Cubarsí, Marc Cucurella, Eric Garcia, Marcos Llorente, Alejandro Grimaldo, Pedro Porro, Marc Pubel, Aymeric Laporte. Midfielders: Pedri, Fabian Ruiz, Martín Zubimendi, Gavi, Dani Olmo, Mikel Oyarzabal, Mikel Merino. Forwards: Lamine Yamal, Nico Williams, Victor Muñoz, Ferran Torres, Yeremy Pino, Borja Iglesias, Mikel Oyarzabal. When talking about Spain at the 2026 FIFA World Cup, what excites fans the most is the fact that this team combines established world-class stars with a new generation of players widely regarded as having extraordinary potential. The first name that undoubtedly stands out is Lamine Yamal. Despite being only 18 years old, the Barcelona winger is already considered one of the brightest stars in world football. What Lamine Yamal has accomplished over the past 2 years has led many to compare his rise to that of some of the greatest superstars in modern football history. More importantly, he has already proven that he can shine on the biggest stages. Spain's triumph at UEFA Euro 2024 was the clearest evidence of that. And heading into the 2026 FIFA World Cup, many believe this could be the tournament that marks the emergence of a new global football icon. Alongside Lamine Yamal is Pedri, who is widely regarded as the brain of Spain's system. His ability to control possession, dictate the tempo, find space, and make the right decisions makes him the focal point of La Roja's style of play. Whenever Pedri is on the ball, Spain almost always maintains control of the game and dictates the flow of the match. If Pedri is the creative brain, then Rodri is the heart of Luis de la Fuente's system. The 2024 Ballon d'Or winner continues to be regarded as one of the most complete defensive midfielders in the world. He brings exceptional ball-winning ability, defensive stability, playmaking from deep, and an almost flawless understanding of tactical structure. One of the main reasons Spain is considered a leading contender for the 2026 FIFA World Cup is that they not only possess world-class stars but also have a wealth of young talents who are rapidly developing and reaching new levels. The first player who deserves mention is Pau Cubarsí. Despite his young age, he has already demonstrated remarkable composure, outstanding game-reading ability, and exceptional skill on the ball. Many experts believe that Cubarsí has the potential to become the leader of Spain's defense for more than a decade to come. Another player generating tremendous excitement is Gavi. A serious injury temporarily disrupted the young midfielder's career and kept him out of action for a long period. However, since returning to the pitch, Gavi has continued to display the qualities that once made him one of the brightest young talents in European football. In goal, Joan Garcia is a player worth keeping a close eye on. Following an impressive season with Barcelona, he is widely viewed as a goalkeeper capable of challenging Unai Simon for the starting spot in the years ahead. Being selected for a World Cup at such a young age would provide invaluable experience and could play a crucial role in his long-term development as one of Spain's future stars. After the disappointment of the 2022 FIFA World Cup, the Spanish Football Federation decided to place its trust in Luis de la Fuente. Unlike many coaches who seek to launch major revolutions as soon as they take charge of a team, De La Fuente adopted a more pragmatic approach. He preserved the core values that have long defined Spanish football while incorporating elements better suited to the modern game. Under his leadership, La Roja remain a team that excels in ball possession. But rather than relying on endless, mechanical passing as they did during certain periods in the past, today's Spain plays with greater directness, speed, and a willingness to exploit the spaces behind opposing defenses. Their UEFA Nations League triumph, followed by victory at UEFA Euro 2024, demonstrated the effectiveness of his methods. De La Fuente has built a united, well-organized squad that consistently maximizes the strengths of its individual players. More importantly, he has restored the belief among Spanish fans that their national team is fully capable of competing for the biggest trophies in world football. The formation most frequently used by Spain remains the 4-3-3 system, a setup that has been closely associated with Spanish football for many years. In defense, Pau Cubarsí and Aymeric Laporte usually form the first-choice center-back partnership. One represents youth and excellent ball progression from the back, while the other brings experience and composure in high-pressure matches. The fullback positions are occupied by attack-minded players such as Marc Cucurella, Pedro Porro, and Alejandro Grimaldo, allowing Spain to consistently maintain width during attacking phases. The midfield continues to be the heart of the team's system. Rodri typically operates as the deepest midfielder, responsible for breaking up opposition attacks and controlling the tempo of the game. Ahead of him are Pedri and Fabian Ruiz, two midfielders whose ball control and creativity rank among the very best in Europe today. When Spain are in possession, this trio enables them to apply constant pressure on their opponents. When they lose the ball, their pressing intensity and ability to recover possession quickly allow La Roja to minimize dangerous counterattacks. In attack, Spain's greatest strength lies on the wings. Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams provide pace, technical quality, and unpredictability, attributes that previous generations of La Roja did not always possess. Through the center, Mikel Oyarzabal serves as a link between midfield and attack, exploiting spaces and connecting play rather than acting as a traditional target striker. Spain's greatest strength today lies in their balance. They are capable of controlling matches when necessary, yet they also possess enough speed and dynamism to transition quickly and punish opponents for their mistakes. However, this team still has a few weaknesses. The first is their reliance on Rodri. His influence within the tactical system is enormous, and he plays a crucial role in maintaining the team's structure and rhythm. If he is not at his best, the effectiveness of Spain's midfield can be significantly reduced. In addition, several key players, including Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams, experienced fitness issues during the 2025-2026 season. Although both have been included in Spain's World Cup squad, their ability to recover fully and maintain peak form throughout the tournament will be a factor worth watching closely. The 2022 FIFA World Cup can be regarded as one of the biggest turning points for Spanish football in the past decade. Spain began the tournament with a dominant victory over Costa Rica but gradually lost momentum and consistency in the matches that followed. The disappointment reached its peak in the round of 16, where they were eliminated by Morocco in a penalty shootout. It was a match in which Spain enjoyed overwhelming possession but failed to find a way past the opposition's defense. The defeat highlighted some of the limitations of the team at the time and ultimately marked the end of an era, paving the way for the changes that would follow in the years ahead. After that tournament, the Spanish Football Federation decided to begin a new chapter by appointing Luis de la Fuente as head coach. Initially, the decision was met with considerable skepticism. However, it did not take long for de la Fuente to prove that he fully deserved the trust placed in him. His first major success came in the UEFA Nations League. Although it is not the most prestigious international competition, winning the tournament helped Spain regain its confidence and reaffirm its status as one of Europe's elite national teams. However, the most important milestone was undoubtedly UEFA Euro 2024. At the tournament in Germany, Spain produced some of the most convincing football on display. They overcame a series of formidable opponents on their way to the title. La Roja defeated hosts Germany in the quarter-finals, overcame France in the semi-finals, and then beat England in the final to lift their fourth European Championship trophy. More importantly than the result itself, Spain won over football fans with the quality of their performances and the convincing nature of their style of play. The consistency Spain have shown throughout the past four-year cycle is one of the main reasons why many experts consider them the best prepared team heading into the 2026 FIFA World Cup. At the 2026 FIFA World Cup, Spain have been drawn into Group H alongside Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay. Opta estimates that Spain have a 98.5% chance of advancing from the group stage, the highest probability of any team in the tournament, while also giving them a 75.6% chance of finishing top of the group. These figures are driven by the remarkable consistency of the reigning European champions, who are currently on a 31-match unbeaten run in official competitions, the longest such streak in the history of the Spanish national team. Uruguay, led by Marcelo Bielsa, are expected to be Spain's main rivals for first place in the group and are given an 84.3% chance of progressing to the knockout stage. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia are estimated to have a 39.9% chance of advancing beyond the group stage, while Cape Verde have the lowest probability at just 32.9%. Many international football publications consider Spain the leading contender for the World Cup title. Some have even predicted that La Roja will be crowned champions of the 2026 FIFA World Cup after defeating Argentina in the final. Of course, the road to the title will be far from easy. Spain will have to compete against a number of extremely strong rivals, including Argentina, France, Brazil, Germany, Portugal, and England. All of these teams possess the quality and depth required to reach the final match. For Spain, advancing from the group stage is almost a mandatory objective. After that, given the quality of their current squad, La Roja are more than capable of reaching the quarter-finals and semi-finals. From that point onward, everything will depend on the form of their biggest stars and the team's ability to handle pressure on the grandest stage. The prediction is that Spain will most likely reach at least the semi-finals. And if there is one team that many people would choose as the strongest favorite to win the tournament at this moment, that team would be La Roja. Thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next episodes of our World Cup 2026 Contenders series. Goodbye, and see you in the next video.